What is up guys, it is Jordan here and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be going back to Rainbow Six Siege. I have got tons of Siege content planned, something very exciting which will be coming out next week, and I think especially for people that have watched the channel for a while will be very excited to see this happening for the first time in ages. But without teasing anyone too much, like the two people that still actually care about me, because you know, breaks and stuff that keep happening because I'm inconsistent as hell, we're going to move on to today's video, which is talking about Rainbow Six Siege in 2019, because we are coming to the end of year 3 for Siege, or the end of 2018, which is terrifying. Like, I literally feel like this game just came out, but it's actually been out for so long now that it's ridiculous. I can't even get my head around it, to be totally honest. But as usual, every time the year comes to a close, I like to make one of these videos just kind of speculating some things for the next year, and also just going over some things which are pretty much fact and expected by this point. Rainbow Six Siege at the moment, I feel personally, is in quite a good place. I know everyone has their own opinions on it, but throughout its entire time, it's had its ups and downs, but I'm quite happy with where it's at right now. I like pretty much all the operators. I like the balancing mostly. I haven't had any game-breaking bugs. I haven't had any issues with it. I used to have tons of issues with this game in the past with a weird FPS glitch issue, which literally took like 2.5 years and 2 computers to fix, but that's finally not a thing. But generally for me personally, I've had no issues with it. I think it's okay and in a good spot at the moment, and statistically with players, it's doing amazing. So as usual, everything's fine there. So that leads us on to what we can expect for next year. There will be a couple of things here which you probably would expect, but this is just a speculation video, so feel free to put your own speculations in the comments, because I love to hear what you guys think and get a bit of a discussion rolling, because I'm just one guy. I only have my own opinions and everyone has loads of different opinions, so go nuts, let everyone know what you think, and together we can create an interesting conversation about the next year for Siege. So the first one, I know I just said the game's pretty stable, but more fixes. More fixes is always going to happen. This isn't even a topic that I'm going to talk about much, but there's always things that need to be fixed, and I wasn't going to put this in the video, but I feel like it wouldn't be talking about, like, you can't talk about a Siege update or a Siege plan without saying that more fixes are coming. So if you have any issues yourself, fear not, because I'm sure you've got like 10 years more of patch notes and God knows what else to go through. On to the next point. If you have realised, what you probably have, is that the DLC kind of plan went a bit nuts for a while. We had different operators from different regions. Sometimes we had 3 operators in one map like a while ago. It's been a little bit all over the place, but next year is meant to be back to usual, 1 map, 2 operators consistently every 3 to 4 months, or 4 times throughout the year, each season, so to speak. So that's for people that like consistency. I guess that's a thing. I quite enjoyed the inconsistency, actually. I liked sometimes having 2 attackers to play around with, or 2 defenders. I know that happened because of different reasons, but I thought it was pretty good, and I think they should definitely keep doing that and making it a bit more random. But hey, that's my opinion. I just thought it was pretty cool to have something different. The next one is something which I'm actually really hoping becomes a reality, because I think Siege needs more of these, and that is more limited time events. So Outbreak is obviously the one that I'm referring to here. We had the weird Halloween one, which wasn't brilliant. I didn't actually get a chance to play that, unfortunately, because I wasn't really playing Siege at the time, but I did watch plenty of content on it. It wasn't enough to make me think, oh wow, I need to go and play Siege right now. So yeah. Whereas Outbreak, even though I was playing Siege then, that would have been the kind of thing that made me want to go back and play it straight away. I'm thinking that we will definitely get another limited event that is going to be announced at the end of this year / early last year, like they did with Outbreak. And I'll be honest, I'll be very surprised if they go down the route of completely unbelievable, sort of out there limited events. They did that with Outbreak. I feel like it would be quite cool if they moved on to something new, like maybe like a small storyline or something, because they showed that with Outbreak that they can do really good cutscenes. So maybe it will be really interesting and exciting to see them try something with cutscenes and a story, maybe continuing after Article 7 or 9, 8, 6, 2, I can't remember what it was called. I actually can't. But it would be very cool for them to do something like that, because one of the biggest complaints by many people since Siege came out originally was the lack of story and the lack of cutscenes. So I think it'd be quite cool actually if they just did a limited time event where maybe you play through like a personal mission of one of the operators or something. That would be a super cool idea. That, or maybe they'll just go down the route of releasing Outbreak again for a short while with some new maps or new missions added to it. I wouldn't complain at that. I thought Outbreak was pretty good, to be honest. I know lots of people didn't like it as much, but I thought it was fun. Like, it was just a fun thing to do on the side. That one seems a bit more likely actually now I think about it, because they've already recreated, like, the Outbreak's already there, and I imagine sitting on a hard drive or a server somewhere. Overall, I think you can definitely expect some limited events, definitely over Halloween and different events throughout the year as well, not just at the beginning of the launch of the new year like they did with Outbreak. And oh, I've actually already covered the next point. I said Outbreak Return as my next point, but I've already kind of covered that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure at some point Outbreak will return, probably maybe even over Halloween if it's not going to come out straight away. But I would be very surprised if we didn't see Outbreak return. I know they said it was a one-time only thing, but you don't put that much work into something and then only make it a one-off thing and never touch it again. So I would be very surprised if it didn't come back as maybe tweaked tweaked slightly, like I said, with some new maps, maybe a different pool of operators to play around with in it. But one way or another, I'm pretty sure Outbreak will return for a short while. I could be wrong though, so please don't hold me accountable for that. I'm just speculating. The next one is something that I saw a lot of people talking about on Reddit, and that is a big shakeup for the ranked map pool. And I pray to God that this is right, because I really really want something that's going to make everyone hate me. And I'm not even sure if I should say it. I'm skeptical. I'm actually skeptical to say it, but I kind of want House and Plane. I kind of want them both in ranked, and I know people are going to hate me because it's not the most competitive map, it's not the fairest, it's not, I don't care, I just had a blast. Like, House was not the most tactical one, it was not the most fair, but it was just pure chaos, and I loved it. I really did. It was just mental. I know people say, go play casual. I don't want to play casual. I hate casual. Casual is just, I feel like I have to try harder in casual than in ranked, and I end up getting nothing for it, so I'm good. But I do really miss House and Plane. But that's very controversial, so let's just forget that I ever said that and move straight on to the next point. But actually no, I should probably talk about it a bit more, but just saying that yes, people have been speculating for ages it's going to be a big ranked shake-up. I don't actually personally think this will happen. I really wish it would, but I think they would probably just add the new map to the ranked pool again and move on as per usual, or maybe they'll add a remaked map into it. That happens too. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the ranked maps. The next point is actually the final point, and it's not even that much of a serious one. It's just a silly one. But ranked could possibly, maybe, indefinitely, probably won't leave beta. It's very unlikely. In fact, it's more likely that they will release Outbreak as a permanent mode than ranked leaving beta. I think having ranked as beta basically just allows them to take no responsibility for any issues that happen. It's very much like, you complain that something doesn't work, they say fuck you, it's in beta, go play something that's not in beta. Well, actually no, they don't. They say go and buy more of our limited time alpha packs and play ranked. But that's besides the point. They don't want to take responsibility for things that go wrong. And I get that people can't take it, like, it's a big joke now about ranked never leaving beta, but it's also kind of shitty because it literally is just them not wanting to take responsibility for issues, because ranked could have left beta a long time ago. Like, there's nothing missing from ranked. Beta normally means bug fixes coming up, where it's very much that the only time ranked goes wrong is when they create bugs by making new content, and that's not a beta. A beta is like when you've got bugs that need to be fixed. You don't add new content to create more bugs within a beta, really. Not really. Beta is normally something that you have leading up to the launch, and people are testing the things that you've already created, and then you fix the things that are already created, and then you release it fully, and then you do patches that maybe fix things that go wrong. What you don't do is leave it in beta, keep adding content, making more bugs, but then claiming that it's because it's in beta. That's not beta, that's just a launched product with the label of beta, so you don't have to take responsibility. And I know I'm going off on a rant, but I just really think it's shitty practice, and to be honest, I'm getting way too hung up on it. It's not a big deal. I just think it's a bit shady, but at the same time, I'm also like, if it leaves beta, then maybe it won't even be Siege anymore. Like, it's just part of Siege now, isn't it, having ranked in beta? But they did say, to be fair, that it would leave beta very soon. I think even they joked about how long it's been in beta, because of course they find it hilarious, because, you know, like 3 years of not taking responsibility, but you know, doesn't matter, because they said it will be releasing fully soon. But don't expect like any grand changes to rank. They're just simply gonna go onto the code that manages the website, the main page, and just remove the beta part. That's literally it. Although, knowing that, like, now that I've said that, they're probably gonna go and release this massive new thing, and they're gonna make me look like a complete idiot, and then I'm gonna have to remove this video. Anyway, guys, I don't actually know how long this video was, because I'm trying to make it a bit of a short one, because I'm really tired. But I just wanted to speculate 2019, to be honest, because I always do it, and also as I said, I got lots of content for Siege coming up, and I'm really getting back into it, so I'm trying to make my mark back on Siege by getting ahead of the curve and talking about the next year, although I think loads of other videos have already done that as well. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy this video. Like I said, lots of interesting Siege content coming up, and specifically next week there's going to be something. OG GamingGains subscribers will know it as soon as they see it, as soon as they see the title, but it's going to be cool, and I'm really excited, and it's got me hyped for playing Siege again. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Like I said, let me know in the comments your thoughts on 2019 for Siege. What do you think is going to happen? Any big changes, or just something that you want to see? If you did enjoy this video, then please do smack that like button and subscribe for some more awesome Siege content. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I will see you in the next one.